In the ESPN newsroom, Minnesota Vikings Pro Bowl tackle Korey Stringer is dead a day after he collapsed at training camp, 2 days after he was taken off the practice field on a cart. The Vikings said the 27-year-old Stringer showed signs of heat stroke after the practice session yesterday, and he was rushed to the hospital. He was unconscious there and had a body temperature of over 108 degrees. His organs failed throughout the day until his heart failed early this morning.
In 2001, when Ann was named chairman and CEO of Norwalk-based Xerox, the once proud technology giant was $17 billion in debt, with consecutive losses for 7 quarters. Bankruptcy was looming, an SEC investigation was underway, and the bottom had fallen out of Xerox's stock.
Last month, the notorious paedophile Sidney Cook was blasted into space to spend the rest of his life aboard a one-man prison vessel, posing no further threat to children on Earth. But it was revealed that an 8-year-old boy was also placed on board by mistake and is now trapped alone in space with the monster. A spokesman said, "This is the one thing we didn't want to happen."
You are guilty of the murder of thousands of Bosnian Muslims between 10 and 19 July 1995. You are guilty of having agreed to the plan to conduct mass executions of all the men of fighting age. You are therefore guilty of genocide, General Krstić.
Thank you. My God.
I am Queen of Genovia.
Whoa.
And you are Princess.
Shut up. Just in case I'm not enough of a freak already. What's that, a tiara?
I can teach you to walk, talk, sit, stand like a princess.
Lanes 3 and 4 occupied by Marion Jones and Pentusevic, who's really crowding Jones' style on day 4 of these World Championships. Cleanly away, Jones only fairly away. Pentusevic's got a good start. Out wide, a start well away. Jones is going to get beaten. Is he going to come back? Pentusevic in front. Jones won't get there. And Pentusevic dethrones the world and Olympic champion. What a performance.
What an upset.
Beaten
What an upset.
in 1997 by a whisker from Marion Jones.
We're still a family, and it's a family that's struggling to work its way out.
So how are you feeling now, then? I mean, what's the state?
Shattered.
Shattered, really.
I have decided we must proceed with great care. As a result of private research, more than 60 genetically diverse stem cell lines already exist. They were created from embryos that have already been destroyed, and they have the ability to regenerate themselves indefinitely, creating ongoing opportunities for research. I have concluded that we should allow federal funds to be used for research on these existing stem cell lines, where the life and death decision has already been made. Leading scientists tell me research on these 60 lines has great promise that could lead to breakthrough therapies and cures. This allows us to explore the promise and potential of stem cell research without crossing a fundamental moral line, by providing taxpayer funding that would sanction or encourage further destruction of human embryos that have at least the potential for life.
Mother, Aku has returned. Do as we have planned. Our future depends on it.
Dixie, and welcome to a little behind-the-scenes tour of the early late-night show. But before we get into it, this video is sponsored by Google. Google Search is a powerful tool we can use to find trustworthy information.
Our duty here is to be a split between the UCK and the Macedonian troops down at the bottom. We're sort of like acting as a buffer zone to stop any friction.
It is one of the greatest disappointments of my life because I really thought I could do this to make the first solo flight around the world and that it was going to happen this soon. And then we saw the weather forecast this morning that there was going to be a lot of trouble in the South Atlantic, and we thought the risks were too great. And my key team members asked me to land.
同许多国家一样，中国面临艾滋病流行的形势是非常严峻。
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. A breaking story out of the Bahamas tonight. Authorities have confirmed that R&B singer and actress Aaliyah is among 8 people killed in a plane crash.
Yeah, the plane crashed as it tried to take off from the island of Abaco in the Bahamas. 9 people, all Americans, were on board that plane. 1 man survived the crash and was taken to a nearby hospital. The plane was leaving Marsh Harbor Airport around 3:50 local time when it went down.
Look, the Catholic Church is so particular. Anyone like me who would think of that, they want to make a laughing stock of you.
You know, it happens so often. I walk down the street and someone 20 or 30 or 40 years old will come up to me and say, "You are Mr. Rogers, aren't you?" And then they tell me about growing up with the neighborhood and how they're passing on to the children they know what they found to be important in our television work. Like expressing their feelings through music and art and dance and sports and drama and computers and writing, and invariably we end our little time together with a hug. I'm just so proud of all of you who have grown up with us, and I know how tough it is some days to look with hope and confidence on the months and years ahead. But I would like to tell you what I often told you when you were much younger. I like you just the way you are. And what's more, I'm so grateful to you for helping the children in your life to know that you'll do everything you can to keep them safe and to help them express their feelings in ways that will bring healing in many different neighborhoods. It's such a good feeling to know that we're lifelong friends.